Have you ever wondered how traditions get started? Sometimes it's not with a grand gesture or a stroke of genius. Sometimes it's with something as simple as a bowl of soup. Let's travel back in time to a small, picturesque village in France. The year is 1856. The Christmas season is in full swing, the air is crisp, and spirits are high. But there's a problem. The village is facing an unexpected shortage of festive ingredients. The rich meats, the fragrant spices, the sweet treats that usually grace their holiday tables are nowhere to be found. Panic begins to set in. How can they celebrate Christmas without the proper feast? The village elders gather, their faces etched with worry. After much debate, they come to a somber conclusion. They'll have to make do with what they have. And what they have are humble root vegetables, potatoes, carrots, onions, and turnips. So, with heavy hearts, the villagers pool their meager resources and prepare a large communal pot of vegetable soup. There are no exotic herbs, no rich broths, just simple vegetables boiled in water with a pinch of salt. As Christmas dinner arrives, the villagers gather around, not with festive cheer, but with a sense of resignation. They ladle the thin, bland soup into their bowls. It's certainly not the feast they dreamed of. But as they take their first spoonfuls, something strange happens. In the cold of the winter evening, the warmth of the simple soup spreads through them. It's comforting. In that shared moment of hardship, sitting together and eating this humble meal, they find a different kind of Christmas spirit. It's not about the lavish food. It's about community, resilience, and being together. The quiet appreciation is palpable. The soup, though bland, has warmed not just their bodies, but their souls. The next year, as Christmas approaches, the village's fortunes have improved. The pantries are full again. The villagers are planning a magnificent feast to make up for the previous year's disappointment. But then someone brings it up. Remember the soup? They ask. A wave of nostalgia washes over the community. They remember that quiet, shared dinner. They remember the warmth and the feeling of togetherness. Out of a sense of sentimental fondness, they decide to make the soup again, this time as an appetizer before the main feast. It's a nod to the past, a reminder of how they came together during a tough time. The soup is just as simple as before. And once again, it brings that same feeling of comfort and connection. It feels right. It feels like Christmas. Year after year, this practice continues. Making the simple vegetable soup becomes an unbreakable part of their Christmas ritual. What started as a necessity born from scarcity has now blossomed into a beloved tradition. The younger generations, who never experienced the original shortage, grow up with the soup as a cherished symbol of their village's Christmas. They're told the story of 1856, and the soup takes on a legendary status. Decades pass. The village, with its quaint customs, starts to attract tourists during the holiday season. Visitors come to experience an authentic French Christmas. They hear whispers of the village's famous, traditional Christmas soup. They line up, eager to taste this celebrated local delicacy. They imagine a complex, secret recipe passed down through generations, a soup bursting with rich, undiscovered flavors. And then they taste it. Their reactions are often a mix of confusion and mild disappointment. They describe it as surprisingly simple, hearty, or, as one particularly honest travel writer famously put it, comfortingly dull. There's no secret ingredient, no complex flavor profile. It's just vegetable soup, but the villagers just smile. They know the secret isn't in the recipe. The magic isn't in the ingredients. The magic is in the story. It rests in the shared memory of a community that found joy and togetherness in the simplest of things. The soup's value isn't in its taste, but in its history. Historians and sociologists have since studied this phenomenon, citing it as a perfect example of how traditions are often born by accident. It shows how the most ordinary habits, repeated over time, can become imbued with deep meaning and become cherished customs. It's not always the grand, intentional acts that define our culture. More often, it's the small, unplanned moments that stick with us and become the rituals we hold dear. This story of the Christmas soup reminds us that traditions don't have to be elaborate or expensive. Their true power lies in the meaning we give them and the connections they foster. It could be a specific movie you watch every year, a silly game you play, or a simple meal you share. These are the things that build our own personal histories. So this holiday season, as you gather with your loved ones, maybe think about starting your own comfortingly dull tradition. You never know, it might just become the thing your family cherishes for generations to come. After all, the best traditions are the ones that are filled not with fancy ingredients, but with love, memory, and a great story. What are some of your favorite, perhaps accidental, traditions? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this little trip through history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales about how the ordinary becomes extraordinary. See you in the next video.